Once upon a time, a squirrel was looking for the perfect place to build her home. She wanted a spot high in the tallest tree, a cozy nook where she could store plenty of nuts for the approaching winter. That way, she and her family could live warmly and happily. She kept thinking about it while she searched the great oak at the edge of the forest. Soon, she found a hollow branch that she really liked. It was high enough to be safe from predators and sturdy enough to hold all her food. She started getting ready to clear out the old leaves. Just then, a woodpecker landed on a nearby limb. The woodpecker saw the squirrel and started pecking a rapid rhythmic beat that sounded like laughter. The squirrel felt confused. "Why are you laughing at me?" she asked. The woodpecker replied, "I am laughing at your foolishness. This branch is too high. Can't you see? The winds up here are fierce in winter. Your home will be cold, and you will struggle to climb up and down in the snow. No one will be comfortable in a nest like that." The squirrel listened to the woodpecker and thought it was true. So, she gave up the idea of building there. She started looking for another place. After some time, she saw a lower fork in the tree's trunk. It was sheltered and easy to reach. She decided to build her nest there. When she had finished weaving the outer layer with twigs, a grumpy old badger shuffled by the base of the tree. The badger sniffed the air and said, "Why are you building here? This spot is too low. The foxes and weasels can climb this far. Your nuts will be stolen before the first frost." The squirrel thought about it and again felt the badger was right. She left the fork in the trunk and went searching once more. Then she noticed a thick bush with dense leaves near the roots of the oak. She went inside and began digging a small burrow. While she was working, a field mouse scurried past. He said, "Don't waste your time here. This ground gets soaked when it rains. This bush will be a puddle in a few days. Your hard work will be wasted, and all your nuts will rot." Once again, the squirrel listened and left. By now, the whole day had passed. She was tired, discouraged, and had no home and no nuts, while the autumn air grew colder. The next morning, the squirrel decided to try again. She scurried up the tall oak, back to the very first hollow branch she had found. She remembered how perfect it felt. This time, she wouldn't listen to anyone. As she began to work, the woodpecker returned. "I told you this was a foolish place," he chirped. The squirrel ignored him and continued to line the hollow with soft moss. She found a large nut on the ground and started to carry it up the trunk. On her way, the badger called out, "You're wasting your energy. A fox will have that nut by nightfall." The squirrel held the nut tighter and kept climbing, her heart pounding with determination. She placed the nut safely inside her new home and went to find another. As she gathered acorns near the roots, the mouse popped his head out. "Your home is too high, and your burrow is too wet," he squeaked. The squirrel just twitched her nose and scampered back up the tree with another prize. She worked all day, ignoring the doubts and the laughter. Days turned into weeks. The squirrel's home was warm and cozy, and it was filled with more nuts than she had ever gathered before. When the first snow began to fall, she snuggled down with her family, safe and sound. The wind howled outside, but the thick branch protected them. Far below, the badger shivered in his den, wishing he had stored more food. The woodpecker clung to a frozen branch, his feathers ruffled by the icy gusts. The mouse's burrow was flooded, and he had to seek shelter in a cold, dark log. The little squirrel looked out at the winter wonderland, happy and proud. She had listened to her own heart, and because of that, she was ready for anything. She had learned that the most important voice to trust was her own. If you enjoyed this story and its message, please share it with anyone you think might find it helpful, and subscribe to the channel for more content you're sure to enjoy. Let me know what you thought of the story in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. See you in the next video. Until next time.